These are big-time golf names. I would argue those are 4 of the top 10 golf names, brands in the world currently.
Koepka and DeChambeau were the talk of the summer a year ago.
Yeah, they're big rivals, and now they get to take that tour. But what you're still getting is this level of golfer that Brooks Koepka's health is not good. His body's been breaking down. That's why he hasn't been playing much. Phil Mickelson's old. You got a lot of other guys just past their prime that are just taking the money. So now if you could go spend and get the guy, I mean, if they went and got Scotty Scheffler, who's been on a heater.
That'd be big.
Right? I mean, not that Scotty Scheffler's name or brand is bigger than Dustin Johnson's not, or Brooks Koepka, but right now, like I'm not saying I have no issue with the guys who are just taking the money and going. But I also look at it, like I said earlier with Brooks Koepka. Here's a guy who I did not expect would avoid the chief competition to take the money. He seemed like a guy driven by winning at the biggest times, the most pressure-packed times, and the biggest tournaments. And that's what drove him.
He can still participate in those.
I mean, yeah, I guess he can and take the money with that. But the guys who are staying on tour are saying, I'm staying on tour because this is where the best competition is.
Well, it also
Koepka's
seems
not even playing weekly,
to Hutton's point, it seems ideal for him. If it's going to be a 10 tournament thing, and he can play the majors, there's this 14 tournament schedule. That's perfect for a guy that doesn't want to play a lot. For the guy, show me the guy who to get at the best of his game needs to play almost weekly during the season to stay tuned, and that's what he wants. He doesn't want many weekends off to go to his lab to work on his swing, but he wants the rhythm of showing up somewhere on a Tuesday and getting going and playing different kinds of courses and working on this and that while he's playing a tournament. LIV can't offer him that.
Yeah, like I don't know how anyone could fault Brooks Koepka for this point in his career if he's got injury issues and wants to play the majors for leaving. Phil Mickelson, when you look at it the same way.
And he's 51. I mean, he already qualifies for the senior tour.
Well, I mean, you could fault them all to the same degree for the taking the money and going to help sports wash. That line is there.
Well, that line is BS, though, because the PGA Tour holds an event in China annually. Their top brands, Titleist, Ping, Nike, we can continue to go down the list. They haven't denounced anything to do with China. If you want to talk about human rights issues, they won't dare speak against China. But now it's about the individuals choosing to leave to go participate in a Saudi-backed league that has one event in the country, same as the PGA Tour in China.
But it's not to the same degree. I don't. To me, those are not equal measures.
How are they not?
Well, you're taking $150 million Saudi dollars to whitewash Saudi Arabia. Where
in what way, though, Paul? Like, you're just repeating what people are saying. Like, tell me how that's going to somehow sports wash our judgment of how we view Saudi.
Well, the same way having an Olympics in China or having a World Cup in Russia or having a World Cup in Qatar helps make those countries look better in general perception.
Do we feel better about Russia after those Olympics?
In no way do I feel better about that.
We don't. But some people do because they just see it see it and see it and take it less.
So that's less. So that's worse than what the PGA Tour is doing in China and all these name brands.
That's worse than holding one tournament in China and using a Titleist ball that's made in China. Yes.
Well, okay. There's one tournament being held in Saudi Arabia. It's just a Saudi-backed league. Everything else in the United States. I would argue that
all
the
of
NBA,
those tournaments are sponsored by Saudi Arabia.
I would argue the
are
NBA,
all of the PGA tournaments sponsored by China? That would be equal.
The NBA, which is a global brand doing one event, is way bigger than a Saudi-backed league doing all but one event outside of the country.
No, it's more than one event. It's a multi-year deal.
I'm talking about with the NBA.
Yeah, with the NBA. And it's more than one preseason game that they're going to play
I think that's worse because it's an established brand. And keep this in mind, too. Like, look, I'm not sitting here apologizing for Saudi Arabia's human rights. It's awful. Saudi Arabia is America's third biggest trade partner. We are big-time trade partners with Saudi Arabia. I mean, that's a lot of business that Americans and Saudis are doing constantly. So we're picking and choosing now.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree. That's America's third biggest trade partner, and that's not a good thing. So I don't say, well, on top of that, all of our golfers should go take money from Saudi Arabia because that makes it okay. I say, no, we should trade less with Saudi Arabia.